Yeah, I just wanted to say, like, I encourage everyone to look up, critics of the Enlightenment, like Edmund Burke, read it. Obviously, read the classic philosophers. It is insane how this Western liberal culture that we live in has really bamboozled, for lack of a better term, Christians into thinking that the best way a society can operate in a Christian sense is to let people have complete access to all forms of sin and be able to do it unrestricted. And not only that, it's establish massive cities, which are basically Sodom and Gomorrahs at this point, and protect them with the military. And anybody who commits crime and sin goes unpunished. And if you're good and you criticize it, I guess you're lucky if you walk away with your life. I just want to say this too. I live in Florida. I'm lucky enough to live in Florida. My kids go to a Catholic school in a rural community. And it's hard after the Kirk death. And I'm just thinking, like, I get fucking so mad just seeing jovial, fat bull dykes making my coffee, probably giggling inside about the state of the world right now. And I just can't imagine what it's like for every one of you who are living in these, like, liberal hellhole cities. So, if you're feeling rage, maybe calm down, pray, go to mass, go to church, and stay away from these people because, it's hard not to go to that place.
Yeah. I understand all that for sure. I mean, I'm not trying to be rude or controversial or confrontational with you, because I'm sure we have a lot of things in common, but I mean, I don't know what you think you're going to get out of the Roman Catholic Church that's going to be in any way positive out of all this.
Yeah, I don't really follow that whole, like, back and forth infighting with Christians. I think it's kind of a Jewish thing, personally.
So do you think that the schism between the East and the West was Jewish?
No, I just think all this debate is probably some sort of demonic force causing Christians to fight with you. I know it's your whole thing, and
it's my whole thing. Okay, right. So what about all the Roman Catholics? What about all the Roman Catholics that debated and fought?
But I'm just saying, when you have, so you're like, not going to address society full
you're not
of, like, literal.
What I say. Mm-hmm.
Well, no. I'm like, here's my thing. I'm not the Pope. Like, I can't change it if I wanted to. So what am I supposed to do about it?
I mean, did you see the giant hip hop mass at the Vatican?
Oh yeah, it's embarrassing. 100%. Yeah. But,
have you seen the Vatican II documents on the Jews?
No.
Is that Jewish influence?
Well, of course, it's all.
Are you there? So notice the attitude of these people is they want to come on and say good stuff. But then if I defend my position and I point out the hypocrisy of his position with the very thing that he outlines, Jewish influence supposedly. But when you talk about Jewish influence in the Vatican, are you there? Unmute. You want to come out and come back in? I'll bring you back up if you want to keep discussing it. But, this just shows the ignorance of the people that think they have this stuff figured out. They want to come talk to me about stuff. And it always comes out what's really going on. I'm engaging in Jewish subversion when his own Vatican teaches that you shouldn't convert Jews. Go ahead.
Yeah, like I said, my comment was more about the Kirk stuff, and
you said that theology and debate was Jewish.
Yeah, well, I just say, like, a lot of that force of, like, we're going to fight about this shit right now while our society's on fire is just crazy.
Yeah, but what if we don't have the right remedies for that society? How is that going to help?
I mean, I think we can agree on the remedies without getting into fixing a church.
How are we going to agree on the remedies when you say it's the Vatican and I say the Vatican's Judaized?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think there needs to be a return to orthodoxy for the Roman Catholics.
How's that going to happen when you've dogmatized Vatican II?
Well, as far as I can tell, you're the expert in this, but it seems like the Orthodox Church wants the Roman Catholics to submit to them, and then the Roman Catholics wants the Orthodox Church. So
it's a question of which one's true.
It's never going to happen. So I just don't like anybody like fighting over it online and like just getting into this debate over and over. It's interesting and it's important discussion, but in the frame of like political assassinations and people getting killed for just being like milquetoast evangelical Christian, I don't know.
And you said that the problem is Jewish subversion, but it doesn't matter when it's the Vatican, right? This is what we get with these people that have no sense of discernment. He probably learned all this stuff a year ago. He's going to come tell me what the answer is, how to fix it all, when I've been studying it for 20 years. No idea what the actual theological issues are. His own Vatican has dogmatized this stuff. Yeah, well, it doesn't matter. But you said the problem is Jewish subversion, but now it doesn't matter when that's a huge problem for your position. This is why you're not going to win. You're fundamentally incapable of identifying a fundamental contradiction in your system and in your worldview. Go ahead, finish your point. Tell me, make your worldview make sense.
Well, so maybe I just misunderstood the point of this talk, and as this is your thing, but I'm guessing
you implied that what I do is Jewish subversion, and now you're backtracking because that's obviously what you were implying.
I'm saying causing like a bunch of infighting between Orthodox and
I know what you're saying, and I'm calling that out as bullshit. Why are you laughing?
It just reeks of tiny hatism. That's all I'm saying.
And so when I talk about how your Vatican, your solution, submitted to the tiny hats, you have no answer.
I mean, it's just such a bizarre thing. Your whole worldview
That's bizarre.
Is basically. I'm just saying, like, can you?
Do you know what internal critique is?
No matter what the problem is in society, it's because people haven't.
You don't have the ability to. You're not able to diagnose it. You are not in a position to accurately diagnose the problem.
I mean, this is like insane. I don't know.
How is this insane when you literally just contradicted yourself?
I don't know what you're.
You don't know what I'm saying. Now I'm starting to think you. Now you sound like a Fed. Now you sound like a Fed.
That's what I'm saying. And all I was saying was that my original comment was had nothing to do with Orthodox versus Roman Catholic. And
no, but I'm saying that it does. Debate. I'm arguing that it does, and you don't understand that.
I don't know.
Are you willing to hear my argument or not?
I love the Orthodox faith. It's beautiful.
That's not what I asked you. Are you willing to hear my argument right here at this point, right now, what we're arguing?
I don't know what we're arguing about, to be honest.
Let me restate it for the fourth time for you.
Yes, please.
You're not in a position to accurately diagnose what the problem is when you argue that I am intentionally or unintentionally being a Jewish subversive because I'm arguing about orthodoxy versus the papacy, when your solution as a Roman Catholic has to be the papacy, when the papacy is Judaized and has submitted to Judaism.
Okay.
So what's the problem in that argument?
How did we even get on the topic about Roman Catholicism?
Because you implied that I'm a Jewish subversive, you liar.
Because you brought it up. I was talking about the Kirk incident and philosophy.
Well, I don't understand why you're giggling. I just simply asked you, why is going to Mass going to be a solution?
At this point, I think we could talk about milkshakes, and you would say, well, you fucking got Butterfingers instead of Oreos because
I argued nothing like that. I can hear your fat jiggling. Why don't you tell me why I'm supposed to be a Roman Catholic?
What's that?
Why am I supposed to be a Roman Catholic?
I don't think you're supposed to. You should do what you want.
So you're not even Catholic. That's not your own church's teaching. You're just a fat giggling Fed.
Why am I?
Ortho Gypsy. No, notice, look at that. There's your Roman Catholics right there.
Hey, what's going on, Jay? You hear me?
Yep.
Hey, so, since the Charlie shooting, I've spent a lot of time reflecting on certain Middle Eastern countries pretty obvious hand in the whole thing, and kind of found myself despairing over the situation. They've obviously got a death grip on this administration, and pretty much every administration that seems to come in. And I was just kind of wondering what your personal thoughts were on that situation and reversing, because it does seem like younger kids, younger millennials, and especially Gen Z, waking up to things that their boomer parents did not realize.
I don't know. I mean, I've learned that 20 years ago, and I don't know what to tell people that are just now figuring it out, and I don't know what the solution is. You'll notice here, here's the U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops document. Notice how disingenuous that was. I think you just do whatever you want. That's not Catholic, Roman Catholic teaching. I mean, not traditional Catholic teaching. What does it say right there? The U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops document, don't convert Jews. There's a dual covenant. That's dispensational dual covenant theology. So what that all amounted to was that he doesn't even understand Christianity. He's not a Christian. A Christian would know you can't do whatever you want. And why was he? He was actually critiquing libertarianism. He said libertarianism, this idea that every vice should be promoted, has got to be clamped down. And then he says, do whatever you want, do whatever church you want. Like, so you notice, like, for many of these trad cats, they're not even traditional Catholic. They're just political, angry people who don't even know the first thing about their own supposed religion, which says don't convert Jews. I mean, it's right there. You don't even know about the removal of the Good Friday prayers by the Pope, John the 23rd? The Good Friday prayers said the perfidious Jews. They removed that. What does Nostra Aetate 2 say? Or excuse me, Nostra Aetate Vatican II say? Nothing about the traditional Catholic teaching on Jews. Why is that? So, you want to come here, say that I'm a Jewish subversive because I debate about the fact that your own solution is a fraud. You're the Jewish subversive, you liar.